I never thought that I would hurt somebody, but they took what meant a lot away from me. I was injured and I was fixated, and I was going to go kill people. I always had a heart and a passion to work with kids. As a probation officer, I felt like all my kids that were on my caseload belonged to me. They were my kids. I loved that, and I did that for 20 years. From there, I entered into leadership. I think it was a big mistake. I supervised a unit of probation officers. I inherited a group of individuals that had been there for like 20 or more years, and they had become complacent. And as a result, a kid died on my watch. One of my probation officers was not forthright, and I had to terminate him. The unit filed a cane mutiny against me and said that I created a hostile work environment, and I was demoted. 30 years, I had climbed the corporate ladder, took great pride in my job. I loved what I did. And they sent me, so to speak, to Timbuktu. I not only lost money, I lost my integrity. My work ethic was questioned, and I was humiliated and embarrassed to the point where I became homicidal. I was spiraling out of control. I was mad with God. Don't tell me about all things work together for good. Why didn't he stop it? I said, at the end of the day, you knew it was going to happen. It's not even about them anymore. It's between you and me. I really didn't want to hear what he had to say. And the more I isolated myself, and the more those thoughts of homicidal ideation was becoming real, to the point I was going to go get me a gun. My daughter said to me, "Mommy, I never heard you talk like that before. You need to go talk to somebody." And I broke. And during that time, I was listening to TBN. I ran across David Jeremiah's teaching, God Meant It for Good, The Life of Joseph. And it caught my attention because I could identify with what he must have been feeling. He was lied on, betrayed by his brothers, his family, thrown in a pit. I felt like I was betrayed, lied on. My friends that I thought were my friends were fueling the flame for the gossip. So Joseph and I became first cousins. And when he made it from the pit to the throne, and then he ended up ruling the nation, it's like, there was hope for me. I believed God was going to do something good. When I went to therapy, she was the one that encouraged me to go back to get my master's degree. It ultimately became a blessing in disguise. 5 years I'm in graduate school. I'm still holding grudges. I'm still angry. But once I realized unforgiveness was like drinking the poison and expecting them to die, holding myself in jail and expecting them to be in jail, I cried and I said, I surrender. Vengeance is yours, not mine. I let him go. And there was so much freedom in that. It didn't happen overnight for me. I had a hard time praying for my enemies. I don't know how Jesus forgave us. I don't know if I would have given up my life, but he did. So my life is changing to represent him. I feel like that's my platform for him to use me to say what needs to be said, to minister to those patients that are in mental health crisis, that have no hope, patients that are hurting, and they'll look at me and I tell them it's not going to be this way forever. And I look for the segue where I can jump in, like if they say, I don't go to church no more, and I'm jumping in. Where are you with Jesus? I'm talking about your personal relationship with Jesus. Talk to him like you would talk to your friend. and tell him how you feel, because he already knows. I told him I was mad with him. What are you doing? Why did you let this happen? He's big enough and bad enough to handle whatever anger or pain I can throw at him. Ask God to reveal himself in ways that he's never revealed himself to you before. I double dog dare you. I dare you to put him to the test and see what he won't do.
And I really want what we say about this today to bring peace to a lot of people.
I'm grateful for TBN. It's meeting my need right now. Food for my soul. And I thank God for technology, that it can come into my home and meet me where I am. It's my go-to for fellowship. My church every day of the week. Turn on that TV, Better Together, Joyce Meyer, Charles Stanley, Tony Evans. When I want to hear from God, it is right on time.